course, all of this leads me to my husband, Jerry. And Jerry is what so many people call him because Jerry is his name. But I, and now the rest of the world, call him LB for left brain. I love this man, and he knows it. He's my best friend. I would not talk about him if it hurt his feelings. All I have to do, though, is just follow along behind him with a tablet and a pencil. I can see left brain and I'll know it. Now, if you're sitting here right now and you don't know what I'm talking about, you have absolutely no idea what left brain is. You probably are one, too. I am right brain. People with much better brains than I have studied all this, but suffice it to say that being left brain is like a southerner trying to describe tacky. You really can't describe it, but you know it when you see it. And I've seen some good left brain here in the last year. I had a program last November in Athens, Georgia at the Classic Center, University of Georgia, big place there. It was in the afternoon at 2 o'clock because it was targeted toward motor coach travelers. Motor coach is the politically correct word for a bus. Wonderful people. The buses are plush when they're motor coaches. They have these great tour directors and these wonderful drivers that take them places. I got there the next morning. I had a brand new car. I had been driving a piece of a car. You know what I mean if you're from the South. It was just, it moved. It had a radio. It was a big clunker, but it was just a piece of a car. I said this in another area of the country. I won't say which one, but... And the lady came up afterwards and says, I did not understand what you were talking about, a piece of a car. Did you have a bumper or just a door? But I had traded it down a notch to left brain, and I had a brand new car. Left brain said, this thing's powerful. This thing right here has got bells and whistles you don't even know about, Jeannie, because you've been driving that piece of a car. I said, I know it. He said, I want you to be really careful driving down to Athens. He said it so many times, I finally said, why don't you drive me down to Georgia? He said, oh, it's not that bad. You won't have any trouble with it. So when I drove my car up, I saw in front of this big Classic Center one motor coach. It was 11 o'clock in the morning. I thought, maybe they're going to get their tickets and go to lunch. Got out of my car, threw up a hand. I could see a lot of people with hair the color of mine looking out the window, and I waved. And I did this on my trunk, and it flew up. And at the exact same second, the doors on the motor coach flew open. Whoa. This is a powerful car. And I'll tell you, I know that it couldn't have done it, but to be honest, I turned and said, let me see if I can get them to close, doing like this. But no, 2 men were getting off of the motor coach. One of them was the tour director from way over there. I could see it on his shirt, tour director. And the other guy had a big book under his arm, and he was the one shouting at me, Jeannie, wait up, is left brain with you? And I said, no, he's not. And his reaction was instantaneous. Oh, no. Left brain's the one I came to see. I said, well, I'm sorry, but left brain not going to get on the stage and tell funny stories, I can guarantee. He said, no, it's not that, Jeannie. I know left brain. I played high school basketball with left brain for 2 years at Williams High School in Burlington. And then he flipped open this big annual and points to a picture of a basketball team from the 50s. I don't know if y'all had a chance to thumb through an annual from the 50s lately, but we were just pitiful. That team, the team stood there, hair slicked down with a part coming over here like this. And one coach, a leather basketball, and these boys, scrawny boys, standing there like this with the shortest pants you've ever seen. But there was Left Brain, and here was it. He said, my name is Bob Sharp. I live in Aiken, South Carolina. And these are the people on my church would come and do your show. But what I wanted Left Brain to do was to come on to the motor coach and tell everybody I fed him the ball in high school. I got him a college scholarship. If it had not been for me, he wouldn't have played in college. All I want him to do was tell everybody. And then I said, well, Mr. Sharp, I can't get him to here. I've left him in North Carolina with just a piece of a car. There's no way he could get there. But you know how you can tell when something is important to another person? Something real important. And I said, wait a minute. We can solve this. I bet y'all are going to lunch and come. And the tour director said, that's right. And I said, okay. I will call Left Brain, and when y'all leave, and I will tell him that you're here. And then this afternoon when you get back, he will call on my cell phone. You can take my cell phone onto the motor coach and pass Left Brain around. And I know this man. He'll tell every one of them, you made him a star. You got him a college. He said, I'd really appreciate it if you would do that. I said, that's fine. They left. I went right in the Classic Center and started punching myself. Left Brain answered. I told him the whole thing. Bob Sharp, 2 years basketball, Walter Williams High School. He's a friend of yours. You remember him. Left Brain said, I've never heard of Bob Sharp before in my life. Don't you start that short-term, long-term memory stuff with me. I have seen an annual. You're standing there. Jerry Robertson. This man knows you. You played ball with, honey, I don't know him. I don't know if there was somebody else named Jerry Robertson and he's gotten it confused, but I don't know. I don't know Bob Sharp. And then I asked what everyone with a right brain like mine probably shouldn't ask a left brain person. But I said it anyway. I said, if you call him, can you cover? Left brain people can't cover. They don't know how to cover at all. When we first got married, if the phone rang, I would say, if that's for me, I'm not here. And he would say, then go in the yard. I'm not going to lie. I'm not lying. Tell people that you are not here and you're standing right here. And I must tell, and there's some younger women in here, not many. But I'm embarrassed to tell y'all. I would go outside, slam the door, and stand there till he came, opened the door, and said, they've hung up. You can come back in now. And I would come back in. Now I just keep doing what I'm doing, and I slap my leg or a table like a door slam, and he thinks I'm out there. One time, he passed me. I thought, where's he going? Went over and opened the door and said, you can come in now. I said, thank you, I appreciate it. But, thank you. But here's the good news. Right brain people can cover. Right brain people can lie for the better good. And I said, all right, here's what we're going to do, Left Brain. I'm going to tell Bob Sharp that you are playing golf this afternoon, but your cell phone's broken and you won't be able to call him. He said, you can't do that. He's liable to get back to Aiken, South Carolina, turn on the Weather Channel and find out it's pouring down rain here today. I couldn't even... Have you ever wanted to just take your cell phone and beat it against your head? And then, because he definitely is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, he began to feel bad about it. And he said, honey, I'm sorry. If I could cover, I'd do it. But I can't do that for you. I don't know Bob Sharp, and I didn't play basketball with Bob Sharp for 2 years. And then he said, now, I did play ball a couple of years with a Bobby Sharp.